Welcome to the first screencast for Thinkin Tags. In this screencast I want to introduce you to the project management of the application, and I will show you how to create new projects, to do some editing within the project, and finally how to save it. We will do this as a guest without an account, and for that you can start the application by clicking on the Quick Start button from the homepage, and when the application is loaded, then you will land in the dashboard. The dashboard is the central of Thinkin Tags, and from there you can load new projects or create new ones. Creating a new project within Thinkin Tags starts with the selection of a codebase. Thinkin Tags provides several CSS frameworks, such as the YAML framework, Blueprint CSS, or the well-known 960 grid system. And of course, it's also possible to start with plain HTML, CSS, and without any framework support. And when I click through the selection here, you see the application provides me with several templates where I can choose from. So I want to start a project based on the YAML framework, and I'm starting with an empty template. I click on Create. The application will ask me now for a name, and I call it my test project. I choose the German name here because I did the screencast in German first. Click on Create, and now my project will be generated and initially saved. When you have an account to Thinkin Tags, it will be saved to the server, and now we are here logged in as a guest, so it's been saved to local storage and is available in the browser where you have created your project. After saving the project, the application switches from the dashboard to the working area, and I want to introduce you to this briefly. We are now in the File section, where you find on the left side the project editor, which shows all the HTML prototypes within the project as well as the CSS files. The next section is the Markup section, where you can create your markup and manipulate DOM elements or edit your content. And the other sections, screen layout, typography, and print, are there for creating and editing your style sheets for the screen layout, building the typography, and the print design. Now I will go back to the File section. In the project browser you see your index.html, and you have several options. You can open it, rename it, create a clone, or of course you can delete any HTML file, but I want to open it, so I click on Open, and there it is, my empty template. When a new file is opened, the application shows it in the live view, so you can see how the website looks like. There are several other view modes that will be explained in later screencasts. For the moment I will stay here in the live view, and when I click on the body element, you can see I can select it. Here again, on the left you see the element tag and its dimensions, and on the right there's an icon where you can open the internal HTML editor of Thinkin Tags, and here it is. And I now want to add a little content, so I choose an heading, and here it is, my first project. That's all for the moment, and I will click on Insert, and there it is. Now the heading is in our project, and now you can see here in the tab as well as in the project editor the index.html became red. This means there are unsaved changes in this file, and if I want to keep them, I have to save them. This can be done by clicking on this little disk icon and then the HTML file, and all modified style sheets that are included in this layout will be saved. So I click on it and we are done. So I've created a new project in Thinkin Tags, did some editing in the body and saved my changes, so I can now close the project by clicking on the red button, and the application switches back to the dashboard. Now we can click on Load Projects to see our work, and there it is, the test project. And here you can see the storage location. As I told you, we didn't create a user account but used the guest account for testing the application. That's why our project is not saved to the server but to local storage, so it's available only in the browser where you've created it. From here you can load your project, you can edit the project name or add a description, and of course you can delete it. That's all for the moment, and I'm at the end of this first screencast for Thinkin Tags. Thanks for watching, and I wish you much fun working with Thinkin Tags.